Okay.
Heck no, but yeah, it had over 60,000 views. Hang on a minute, I'll give you the guy's name.
This is the owner, Chuck.
Yeah, this guy come through and it was crazy. I'd never seen anything like that before. I wouldn't think that many people watch restaurant commercials.
Yeah. Welcome to the channel. I am Matt the Lizard, your guide in this adventure and exploration. Today, we're checking out beach access 35 and 36. As always, keep all your hands inside the vehicle until this video comes to a complete stop. All right, let's go check it out. Number 35, here we go. All right, today we're having like a late brunch, early supper at All American Diner on Front Beach Road. I picked this place. I do know the owners, not a sponsor, but really good food. It is probably my favorite breakfast place in Panama City Beach. They have buffet, but they also have sit down, just regular, you can order meals too. Everything on the menu is really good. I've ate so many times I can't even count. I enjoy it. You can see how close we are to some of the big resorts. Across the street, you got Twin Palms, Long Beach, Shores, and then in the far distance, you can see Lake Town Wharf. And we're really close to where I'm going to be filming today, so I just wanted to kind of see what it's like. We check out this parking lot. Usually when I come here with my brother-in-law in the morning, we're the first people to come and open the place up. Check this out. It's almost 11 o'clock. He closes at 1. But look at the parking lot. He's doing really good. We had trouble finding a spot. So we're gonna go inside and check it out. I ordered something a little bit different today, so we'll see how that looks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, Chuck, I was very happy to see how full you were.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome, good for you. Now these are homemade and his personal specialty. And on occasion he'll bring like a dozen of them where I work down the street, and fighting the temptation to eat more than 2 is hard. They're really good. Very busy, but we got a table at the counter. Two versions of the same dish. It's what a lot of places call heavenly hash. What did they call it here?
I don't know. Potato something.
It was like lumberjack. Sorry, I should have had my act together. Better be hungry potatoes is what they call it here. And then I ordered something that will probably blow most people's minds. Avocado toast. The fuel of all hipsters everywhere. All right, I'm gonna dig in and check it out. Remember the Clean Plate Club? I ate everything. I enjoyed it. My friend did too. The cinnamon roll was a nice bonus. You can see all the cool 50s stuff they have here. All the Marilyn Monroe. All this stuff. Hot rods, things like that. Somewhere in here is a photo of Marilyn Monroe that I gave the owner.
Here, right there.
Alright. Yeah, that's not the one. Alright. Good place. Highly recommend. Don't want to give you any trade secrets or recipes. But you got 2 superstars back there cooking, John and Shorty. Hey, Shorty. You can see over here they have a breakfast bar. That's pretty good. One secret. I don't know about the breakfast bar, but the if you order entree at the table, if you ask for the #1 bacon, it's a little bit higher grade bacon. Not that that is bad at all. But the #1 is just like the Cadillac of bacon. I really enjoy it. Shorty!
Ricky! Matt's talking to me. Come on. How you doing?
Put you on YouTube. Thank you. Whoops.
That was once a house.
Don't text and drive, kids. It's another one of those beach access points that's kind of nestled in between some condos. No problem there. You can see number 35. This Adopt a Beach Access, Boy Scout Troop 317 and Girl Scout Troop 161. They're doing a great job. I don't see much litter. Look at all the rental chairs, parasail boats, everything. You can see the front side of the condo, the business side, all the private pools. This side is Ocean Villa condos. To the left there, that's Grandview East, and the other side of that is Marisol. Marisol and Grandview East were kind of built at the same time. I'd call them like a twin buildings. I forgot what this one is. I'll take a look at the front. It's Ocean Ritz. Nice looking place. Of course, beachfront. Across the street, you've got parking garage for Ocean Villa. It's a little breakfast place called Sunrise, which I've never been to. Heard good things. To the right of that is a daiquiri shack. And there's Party Shack, really cool little place. I have a whole bunch of cigars and stuff if that's your thing. And you can kind of see here, Ocean Ritz. Underground parking. Gotta have those cars fit in because you can see how many units they have and how many stories it is. We do have a height restriction now, I think of 65 feet in Bay County. So being able to put cars underneath solves part of that problem of having a lot of guests but nowhere to park. Across the street, you can see All American Diner and Shipwreck Limited. Shipwreck Limited's been there a long, long time. A lot of beach souvenirs, beach products, supplies, stuff like that. And just past where that bus is coming is Walmart. At one time, they say during like spring break and summer, it's considered the busiest Walmart in the world. I don't have any facts to substantiate that, but that's what it is. All right, let's see what else is going on around here. You can see Front Beach Road. We do have our bike lane that I mentioned. So the bus, or the tram as they call it, the Bayway transportation. And bikes are the only thing allowed in there. Of course, growing pains of technology, much like other places, the electric bikes are kind of a gray area legally, especially in Florida. You know, if it's got pedals, it's a bicycle by the law, the way our laws are written. But if it's got a motor and you're not pedaling, does it count to be in there? Some people would say it would be great. It makes sense. It's a little bit safer for them. Doesn't block up the road for cars. But as soon as you want to drive on the road, I mean, you have to be street legal anyway, I would think, if it's motorized. I'm not a lawyer. I just play one on YouTube. Shout out Steve Lato. All right, right over here, we'll go check out Beach Access 36. You can see a lot of the condos have walkways over the road, so they can get the parking there and have the condo here. It does have under canopy parking on the first 2 floors. Looks like they're doing a little bit of construction. In Florida, you gotta do your inspections and make sure everything's tip-top so nothing happens. And here, right at the end, is Beach Access 36. Right down there is our, I believe, one and only post office in Panama City Beach. Walk-in traffic there is quite horrendous at times, especially around Christmas time. You're gonna spend some time over there. On this corner used to be a cool little place. Oh, it was a motel called Hotel California. And then there was a place called the Big Kahuna. It's where I had my first ever jerk chicken sandwich. I've never had one like it. That it comes close. Something about their recipe, I don't know if it was authentic or whatever, was delicious. They had moved further down the street and gradually just gave up the ghost, sold out. And it's a shame because the lot is empty. And if I had that recipe and a food truck, I could park right there and make all kinds of money, I'm sure. You can see this here, besides number 36, this used to be a motel. Now, which motel it was, I don't remember. The way it's laid out, there's no real signs that I see. It implies that there's parking. I would be very cautious of that. My wife drove me here today. She has a four-wheel drive car, and you see this curb here? Even with a four-wheel drive, she did not want to go. What I think is kind of cool is you can see some of the old, probably lobby tiles of when there was a motel here. The footprint is still there. And it's always baffling to me to see a property like this. It's got to be worth all kinds of money to somebody. Somebody could develop it, but yet it sits vacant and empty. And I'm not advocating that you build on every square inch of grass that there is, but I mean, look at that view. You know, you may not want to put a house here. Who knows? Maybe this is tied up in some legal wrangling. Maybe it's owned by somebody who's like 150 years old, who doesn't want to sell it till she dies. You know, who knows? Some more of that leftover tile. That's funky. Probably a bathhouse or maybe even a bathroom. Look at that. That's cool. I really like that. Man, I wish I knew who owned this. I'd like to preserve that. Even this is kind of neat. Kind of a herringbone. Either there's a drain. My guess, men's and women's bathrooms. Or maybe, you know, like a shower or something like that. Big concrete pad. And you can see the way you drive in, there's a curb here. Oh, I bet this was like the driveway, and these were actually rooms. Yes, that's what it was. Even there's some red left here. It was probably meant fire lane. Don't park here. If someone local in the comments knows what used to be here at the corner of Churchwell and Front Beach, please let me know, because I love history like that. Yeah, you can see the parking stripes. There's some parking lines here. And, oh my God, that's terrazzo. That is actual terrazzo floor. I love it. That's cool. This piece of property could probably tell some good stories. Now, I just want to be up front. I have not seen any no trespassing signs or anything like that. And I would not advocate trespassing. But there's nobody here, and I'm not really hurting anything. Is that like a... Is that my missing Spanish cannon I've been looking for? No. Sewage pipe. Oh, that's cool. And that's even... That's marble. Man, there's some history tied up on this property. Might have even been dual properties. This is cool. Oh, it's raised up like this. This was probably a patio or a pool deck. And then it has all these weird little barriers. Check this out. Wow, I'm glad I kind of went down here. They almost look like tombstones. Kind of fitting for the property. Some more prickly pear cactus growing wild. Of course, the palm tree. Stucco. You can see some faint remnants of some old paint. Oh, what didn't... I've driven past this so many times. I didn't know this was so kind of interesting. Somebody's been knocked over. Maybe through time, vandalism. And you can see something like here. They started a desire path. Ooh, there used to be a chain link fence. But you really don't want to do that because that's going to cause erosion. Talked about that a few times on my channel. We need the barrier dunes. They help protect us. That's really cool. I'm gonna take a look up here, see what's going on. Yeah, that's actual terrazzo. I don't know if it shows up on camera. This is not like concrete. This was an interior floor. and tile. And check that out. Guarantee that was a shower or something. Too small for a toilet. Oh, maybe a bathtub. Bathtub, yeah. One of them clawfoot jobs. And check out the archaeology in reverse here. You got the modern 60s tile covering up the previously historic 40s tile. There's like a little drain hole there too. Maybe a sink, lavatory, something like that. Ooh, what's down here? Let's take a look. Probably septic tank access or something. Given that they have the concrete blocks in between, I bet these were all individual rooms too. So you've got your door, that'd be your wall. You walk in, to your left is a bathroom on this one, and bed, and big giant tube television, liquor cabinet because it's the 60s, and then a porch that leads off, facing the beach. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units right here. I don't know why, I just like that kind of stuff. It's like, what's here is showing me a history lesson. There's some more of that weird tile. Look at that. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, if anyone knows who owns this property or what the deal is, let me know. I'd love to have a piece of that. Here's another one. I've seen this kind of brickwork or tile floor inside before in some of the older units. Definitely looks like that's definitely a toilet flange. So this was a bathroom, kind of small. I'm guessing the toilet faced this way up against the wall, not a prime pooping position. Bing. And probably access closet or maybe a shower here. And look how close you are to the property line. Humans have this innate need to subdivide everything and draw lines of territory, much like the lesser creatures. Aren't humans funny? All right, here's some more rooms. Definitely you can see the threshold there. More of that terrazzo. Some more modern-ish tile, maybe 80s. Wow. Really wild. Check out this cool staircase. That's neat. I mean, just think, at one time somebody built that. That was built with hands, you know, and somebody took care and time making it. And here it sits forgotten and forlorn. Credit to the craftsmen of past. Oh, now this is weird. Take a look at this. Somebody left a thrift store painting here. There is no bad art. No such thing. It's all about the context. Could be left over from the hotel. It'd be like something that they had on the side. And you can see here, it looks like there was more parking. This might have even been 2 separate properties. There's a little sidewalk that leads down. There's another pattern of tile. What? They couldn't make up their mind on what pattern they liked. Definitely toilet flange. Another one, maybe a shower. Why is it when you take the walls down, the place looks smaller? I bet with walls, the place looked probably like, I don't know, 100 square feet. It looks tiny now. And more tile. And then you can see what the city has done on the right-of-way. They did the streetscaping, and they planted some nice bushes and stuff like this, so gradually the old history will be hidden and won't bother anybody. But I think it's neat. Oh, there is a tollway sign here. So definitely don't park here. My wife is parked somewhere, stopped, not parked, and if somebody came along, she could move. Something important to look for. It's a state law to stop here for pedestrians. When you see that light flashing, pedestrians have the right of way. And it's only a 30-mile-an-hour zone through here. So, all right, that's it for Beach Access 36. Take a look at that view. Oh, something else to note. Yellow over purple flag. Anybody who's been watching my channel knows I mention the flags a lot. That means caution in the water, but the purple flag usually means dangerous marine life. Quite possibly could be jellyfish. That's something to be aware of. Got a nice walkway down here. This one's sponsored by the Glades neighborhood, which is just to the north, up that way. We'll take a look down here. The more I look at this, being that it's open and it implies the parking, didn't say it allowed parking. It's probably an access point for emergency vehicles and for beach service. You know, they have a permit to come drive down. You can see that people have driven down here. We're not Daytona. This was probably like a retaining wall or something. Now it's just a speed bump. And look at all the people. It's a busy weekend. We had a triathlon in town this week. Of course, those kinds of events are always a little bit polarizing for people, but we are pro-tourism here on the Matt the Lizard channel. Because when tourists come, I don't have to pay state income tax. So that's very important. Take a look here. Just beautiful. Little palapa hut. You can see that pier in the distance. That's the county pier. Not to be confused with the city pier. City pier is halfway down the beach. We'll get there eventually. I think that's access 51, around in there. Pier Park Shopping District. Again, we don't really have it downtown. There's a city office park, and that's about it. Okay, we're over here in front of the shores of Panama. Across the street is Lake Town. Once again, shores of Panama. I talked in my last video about shooting a movie over here. I'll get to that. There'll be a video on that. I'll make sure I get permission to access the property and all that. It was fun. A lot of time standing around though. Being an extra movie is tough. But something interesting, you see that blue sign? We're on the Bill Buskell Memorial Drive, designated in 2022. Bill Buskell, otherwise known as Pineapple Willie. Back when this was just nothing but like little shotgun shack type accommodations. There was a place called the Cleopatra Motel over there. Where I'm standing, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law actually had their wedding or reception. It was a place called BJ Bailey's. And then behind me was a place called Pier 99. It was a restaurant. And I forget. Beach Pier 99 maybe was the motel behind me. Pineapple Willie bought that. Got it super cheap. We're talking 1980s cheap on the beach. It had a water view. He was forward thinking enough to get that. The motel he gave up on, but he kept the restaurant. And it is like a must stop for most tourists. When somebody comes to visit from out of town, well, they always want to go here. The rib sauce is made with Jack Daniels. They're well known for that. I think at one time they had to stop saying Jack Daniels because of trademark things, but they definitely use Jack Daniels in the sauce. Sauce is pretty good. Can't beat the view. This is what you would call the beginning of Panama City Beach too. for this portion of it. Thomas Drive, which curves around. We've been on the other end of it, down by Beach Access 1. A guy by the name of Gideon Thomas built a pier here. And he said he was into farming. He was into farming people, wanted to harvest people. And he did. He took what was, you know, valueless land at the time, 1930s, pre-DDT, so the mosquitoes were really bad here. And yeah, it looked beautiful, but you would suffer sitting out on the beach. Now we're very modern, our pest control techniques and things like that. You can actually sit here. I mean, yeah, I might get bothered by bugs right now, but it's not unbearable. You know, a little bit of insecticide for your body of your choice solves that problem. You can kind of see the old building. The one to the right is the Pier Bar. I've actually played a gig over there. And Pineapple Willie's is the restaurant. I'll end up doing a video in there, and we'll talk more about that. I just thought it was cool. You can see how close it is to shores of Panama. Because at one time it was one property. And I'm almost guessing that this was originally a public beach access, but now it's pretty clearly marked private access for Lake Town Wharf. So you have to have a code to get in. And it just follows along between the buildings. So all the people across the street, Lake Town, they may have the view, but they can also enjoy the beach just by walking right over. One last thing to mention about Pineapple Willie's, they have a sister restaurant called the Wicked Wheel. I really like their fried chicken there. They do it using the pressure cooker method. They went to a special school, learned how to make the chicken. It's really good. And that place, if you have kids, it's one of those places you can go and just make as much noise as the kids want to make. It won't bother anybody because the place is always loud. But good place. And I would say Pineapple Willie's was also known for their ad for Visa. Well, Visa did an ad featuring them. Us old timers remember when credit cards would advertise on TV, and there was a campaign called Visa. It's everywhere you want to be. Pineapple Willie's restaurant was featured. They talked about everything that they have, and you know, they have this, they have this. They don't take American Express. I'm sure they do by now.
Yeah, and then suddenly they accepted American Express. Go figure.
But that was their thing. And they were an ad, and they got a lot of name recognition worldwide because of that ad. You know, Visa had lots of money to repeat an ad constantly. I mean, there was times during the 80s and 90s that I saw that ad 3 times during a television show, you know, in Chicago, not even here. Before I'd even really considered moving here, I've seen that ad. Okay. We're here at the Coyote Ugly Saloon, just steps away from Pineapple Willie's, across the street from a Waffle House, a ubiquitous diner of choice of many people when they travel in the South. Of course, you know where I ate today. It was the All-American Diner. Just a little bit better. I like All-American better. This place a long time ago was called Concert Concepts, and it was like what we would call like a head shop or whatever. They sold like beer bongs and t-shirts and rock memorabilia and stuff like that. It was kind of a cool little store. Long since gone, but this is progress. Now it's Coyote Ugly. There's a chain of these. At least I've seen one in Vegas. I've seen one in New Orleans, and I've seen this one. If you're going for the experience of going to a Coyote Ugly and you want to get into the whole thing, and you've seen the movie, it's cool. If you want to go here and relax and drink a beer, it's probably not for you. The servers all dance on top of the bar, and it's just kind of a crazy party time. Senior Frogs has the same problem for me. I guess I'm just getting older. Sometimes I just want to go and relax. You cannot relax here. I saw somebody I know. But having said that, it's not a bad place. I'm not bad mouthing at all. More fun to go. I'm not sure of their hours. They're closed right now. It does say every day from 5 to 7 is their happy hour. So they probably open at 5 or 4. I've been here several times. Neat little place. They did shoot some scenes for Floribama Shores here as well. I mean, because it's so close to the house, you could walk there from where I'm at. Redneck Riviera. Love that. Aptly named. Well, there you have it, and there it is. Thanks for watching. I'm getting so many subscriptions, so thank you for everyone who's doing their part to share my videos, but I do appreciate somebody just watching the videos. But if you enjoyed what you saw here, like button down below. If you want to see more of my videos like this, you can hit the subscribe button, that helps. If you want to find out when I upload a new video, hit the notification bell. And always share if you find my content interesting. Somebody else may enjoy it as well. Doing any of those 4 things or any one of those things definitely helps me, and I do appreciate it. I don't see myself ever like doing a Patreon or buy me a coffee for my channel. I have a job, a career, an income. This I'm mostly doing for fun, and I am having fun doing it. Hopefully you guys are having fun watching it. A little passive income would help. I'm gonna get that from the ad revenue, and that's probably good enough for me. Once again, I do appreciate it, and thank you. Whatever you can do to spread the word would be extremely helpful, and I appreciate you staying this long to the very end. Remember, you are important, and the world needs more people like you. I'm Matt the Lizard, out.